How's everybody doing? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hustlers, makers, and content creators, welcome to another Sunday night YouTube creator, mobile creator hangout. I'm answering all your questions today. We're going to talk about the YouTube dislike, public-facing numbers being removed. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff today, and I'm going to answer your questions. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. How you doing? My name is Dee, and primarily on my channel, I help mobile content creators and mobile YouTubers and people who are doing things on their tablets. I help you YouTube. I help you live stream. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, consider doing that now. And other than that, I've got a pinned comment that I made in the chat right now and down in the description right now. It's going to open up a form. Please drop your question in the form to guarantee that I actually see that, because when the chat gets moving, I can't guarantee that I'm going to see what's going on there. So how's everybody doing? How is your week? How has your weekend been? How's everybody doing? I know I'm starting a little bit later than normal. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. It's got Joel chiming in from Sydney, Australia. How you doing? Nice to see you in here. How's everything doing in Australia? You guys getting back to normal down there? Stevan, how you doing? Of course, Doug, how you doing? Nice to see you as well. So the first thing I want to talk about today, and I want to get your opinion on this, and I know some of you came into the live chat that I did with Daniel Battelle, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, 2 days ago? I don't know, I've lost all track of time, where we talked about YouTube removing the public facing numbers for the amount of dislikes that you get. So if you look under this live stream currently, you might see a number of thumbs up. And by the way, if you haven't smashed that yet, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, but you're not going to see any numbers for the thumbs down. That's because YouTube says that it is stressing creators out, and they've removed it. So what do you think about that? Are you for that? Are you okay with that? Are you indifferent? Are you like, hey, I want the dislike feature? What do you think? Tell me in the chat. We talked about this in the member stream about an hour ago. As a creator, I don't care about that personally, because contrary to popular belief, the dislike or the like feature underneath your videos, that's not going to dictate if your video gets surfaced and shown to viewers or not. Right? So if you have a bunch of thumbs up, if you have a bunch of thumbs down, that's not going to prohibit somebody from actually finding your video. A lot of people think, oh, I've got a lot of thumbs down, YouTube's not going to show my video. That doesn't mean anything, right? In the order of importance of things that matter to your video, the thumbs down is probably at the very bottom, if it matters at all. So I wouldn't even worry about it. If on the creator side, you're concerned about removing it, it's not going to matter. You can still access that data inside of YouTube Studio. From a viewer perspective, Dan Tanis in the house, how's it going, sir? As a viewer, for tutorial-based videos, I actually like the thumbs down for tutorial-based videos, because it gives me some indication of how that video is. Is it clickbait? Did they really deliver on the promise? So if it's a tutorial-based videos, when I click in, I want to see how many likes and dislikes that it has. If there's a ton of dislikes, and there are a lot more dislikes than there are likes, I think, okay, this is probably not a very good tutorial. So as a consumer, I dig it for tutorials. As a creator, I don't care. It's not going to affect your video. And as Doug so brilliantly said during our member live stream, don't get caught up in something like this. Don't worry about this, because it's not going to hurt you on your or your channel. Again, I wish for tutorials that they would show it. Urban Van Life, how's it going, Neil? Hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you in a while. Brandon and Breathing says we are new 94 subs. Congratulations, and 3,500 views. That's congratulations. Welcome to YouTube. Enjoy the journey. Listen, as soon as you hit 100 subscribers, and your channel has to be online for, I believe it's 30 days. So if you've been online for 30 days and you get 100 subscribers, it takes a couple of days or sometimes even a week, but you are going to be able to claim a custom URL for your channel. So youtube.com/ whatever name you put in there. So don't forget to claim that. And there she is, Luria. How you doing? I don't put weight into the dislike. Also haven't used it as a viewer. Yeah, I use it for tutorials. You know, if it's just a vlog or just some random video, I don't care about that. But for tutorials, I look at it. It doesn't always make me click away. Sometimes it just kind of puts me on guard. I'm like, oh, this has got a lot of dislikes. I wonder why. And then I'll watch it, you know, and then if it starts to look like the video is not going to deliver or the person's just taking too long, then I might leave at that time. Andrew says, as a creator, it really doesn't make a difference. For me, it's not a make or break. There you go, 100%. Luria says, as a way to see if a video is worth watching, it's not necessarily a good measure because of attacks. Yeah, that's part of the thing. YouTube says that, you know, there's a couple of reasons they're saying it's because of the mental health of the creators and people are using this to attack certain videos and that sort of thing. I don't know. You can still get access to the data back inside of YouTube Studio, so who knows? Matt Carves, how you doing, sir? Nice to see you in here. People will probably comment a down anyway. I'm not really worried about it either way. Good to hear. Good to hear. MC Vlogs, how you doing? Okay, so for those of you who are just coming in, I've got a comment pinned there in the chat, or you can look down in the description. It's going to open up a little form for you. It is first come, first serve on the form, where you can actually ask your question there and guarantee that I see it, because when I'm looking at the camera like this, I'm not looking in the chat. So the form is really helpful. So the first question in the form is from Donovan Veld, and the question is, how can I become better at YouTube? Okay, this is a fantastic question, and I actually get asked this a lot. How can I become better at YouTube? So instead of me explaining how you can become better at YouTube, and I do have a specific tip for that, a place you can get started, let me start by asking this, and this goes to anyone in here who might be, do people see the pinned comment? I don't know. I pinned the comment. Is it not there? Yeah, let me pin it again. Yep, pin message. How weird. So I pinned it unpinned. Okay, I'm sorry. Now, if you refresh the browser, apologies, it was at the very top. If you refresh the browser, it's going to show up there in blue. And if you still don't see it, you can look down in the description. You're going to have access. Yep, sorry about that, Butterfingers. You would think I would get this right. I thought I pinned it. So the question is, how do you get better at anything? You get better at anything. It doesn't matter if it's learning another language, or learning how to troubleshoot your computer, or playing basketball, listen to that, basketball, or learning how to draw, learning how to paint, learning how to ice skate, learning how to skateboard, learning how to ride a horse. How do you get better at doing anything in life? It's to do it regularly, right? Through repetition. So the more you do YouTube, the more you learn how to choose the right topics, the more you learn how to craft the right title, the more you learn how to make a thumbnail, the more you learn how to write the description, the better you learn how to edit, the more comfortable you learn in front of the camera, or the more comfortable you get in front of the camera, how you learn to get rid of things like ums and ahs and the things that could be awkward. Like, the more you do these things, you get better at it. You get really comfortable at it. That, in conjunction with learning how to understand your data, which can also be overwhelming when you first get started. Like, if you're new to YouTube and the first time you go into YouTube analytics, you're like, what am I looking at? What metrics should I look at? Well, there's so much information in here, I don't know what to do. Close it, back off. I always think of that meme where Homer Simpson comes out of the bushes on the wall. He comes out of the bushes and he goes right back into the bushes, right? That's somebody new coming into YouTube when it comes to analytics. So through repetition, through learning, watch videos from other creators who teach you how to do those things. And eventually you're going to get better at it, bit by bit, step by step. Now, the other tips specifically, let me drop this in here. I share this just about every single live stream. So YouTube has a free resource for creators, and I'm putting this in right now, and I'm going to put it on the screen. I just dropped this in the chat. YouTube has this free resource. It's called the YouTube Creator Academy. It's free. It's created by YouTube. You have to connect your Gmail account to it, but it's a series of mini courses, right? Of mini courses, small courses that teach you the various aspects of YouTube. They teach you about money and content strategy. They teach you about production. They teach you about lighting. They teach you, it's basically the instruction manual for YouTube, but YouTube does a really bad job of letting us know that it's there. So if you're a new creator and you're trying to figure out, what do I do? What should I focus on? Focus on that. Go to the YouTube Creator Academy. They have one course just getting started. Start there. And they get a little test at the end and to see if you can memorize this stuff. That's a great place to start. And as Tytastic said, the 10,000 hour rule, 100%, the 10,000 hour rule. Just keep doing it. Like, whatever you don't know how to do, just start doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and strive to get better, and you will get better. It just takes time. Christina Smallhorn, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. Always lovely to see you. All right. Next question comes from Gaming with, is it Diabe or Diabe? I'm not sure. Okay, the question is my channel doing good? That's the question. Is my channel doing good? Well, it's hard to say, but I'll tell you, I'm going to see what you're doing on your channel here. All right, I'm not going to do a channel review, but I'll say this. I mean, you are getting some views, and you're getting a couple views here or there. You've got one short with 1,000 views and another short with 2.7 thousand views. So I think your shorts are doing fantastic. Here's the thing. You need to look at your channel and gauge it based on how you did last month, right? I can't look at your channel right now and say, are you doing great or not? Are you heading in the right direction? Here's what you do. Go into your analytics, right? If you're doing this on your phone, use the YT Studio app. If you're using YouTube on a desktop, dig into YouTube Studio, and then figure out what metrics you think are the most important to you, right? How much watch time did you get last month versus how much watch time did you get this month? How many subscribers did you get last month versus how many subscribers did you get this month? How many views, so on and so forth. And if you're monetized, how much money did you make last month versus this month? That's how you gauge if you're doing better or not, is how you did previously. If you notice that, wow, this month I really took a hit. My views are down, subscribers are down, my watch time is down, everything across the board is down, my comments are down, engagement is down, then you're trending in the wrong direction and you need to figure out why so you can pull that back up. So instead of me saying you're doing good or bad, you need to compare yourself with how you did last month. But looking at your two shorts, I think your shorts are doing great. You're actually doing really well on shorts. So that's good. Good to see that. Next question here comes from Mecha Gamer. Got a lot of gamers in here already. If you're a gamer, type in gamer in the chat. Let me know. I don't really know what game my subscribers... Oh, this is a great question. I love this for gamers. Question is, I don't really know what game my subscribers like. What should I do? This is a fantastic question. I know a lot of gamers are going to represent here. If you're a gamer, the absolute worst thing that you can do is look for a game that you think is going to bring you views. Look for a game that you think your subscribers are going to like. Like, what game is the most popular? What game should I play? I don't know what game I should play. That's the wrong approach. What you should do is play the game that you're great at. Play the game that you play when you're not on YouTube. Play the game that you go to bed thinking about. Play the game that's the first game you play when you wake up and you fire up your game, whatever, PS4, whatever you're playing on. Play the game that just really gets you excited and you can just sit down and play that game all day. That's the game you play. You don't chase a game because you think it's going to bring you more views or you think it's going to make people happy. You play the game that you're good at or embarrassingly bad at, which however you want to do your channel. If I had a gaming channel, it'd just be, me just playing terribly because I'm an awful gamer. Play the game that you want to play, because if you want to play it, you're going to be good at it. You're going to be interesting to watch. So don't chase that other thing. Chase what you actually want to play. You want to be authentic with this. Actually, Luria in here, where did she go? Let me scroll back. Practice, practice, practice. You got it. I'm going back. Yep. Luria right here from Live Streaming Pros. Like, if you want to get into live streaming, like really, like her entire channel is just about live streaming. And she has an entire program there about being uniquely you. It's about getting, it's about being authentic and putting yourself out there. So I recommend everybody in here, if you are live streaming, go over and subscribe to Luria's channel. She's got some amazing videos and an awesome community over on Facebook as well. Goku Pump. Hey, what is going on, man?
Super chat.
Whoa, sorry about your ears. Dude, nice to see you in here. Thanks for all the advice, bro. Your channel is always helpful. Dude, listen, man, I every now and then I see your shorts or whatever, and I check in to see what you're doing. You're on fire, dude. You're growing so fast, man. I love it. Congratulations. Thanks for stopping by.
Super chat.
Delicious food, Bangla Ranagar. Thank you so much, man. We need to upload each video the same day for return viewer. No. Okay, so I think you're asking for an upload schedule, maybe? Like, do you need to upload every day or something like that? No, but here's what I recommend. Hey, Shelly, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. Here's what I recommend. You can upload daily if you want to carry that load, but that can be an absolute grind, right? Uploading every single day. That can be a grind. And eventually, after 6 months or a year or 2 years, that's, if you're doing this by yourself, this is going to be a serious grind. What I would recommend is just find a comfortable schedule that you can keep up with without stressing you out, without causing problems for you. If that's once a week, that's fine. If that's every 2 or 3 days, that's fine. I don't recommend, like if you're still trying to build channel momentum and kind of get the ball rolling, I wouldn't recommend waiting more than maybe 2 or 3 or 4 days between uploads. You always want to kind of put your foot on the gas a little bit, but there isn't a rule here. Some channels upload once a month, right? You have channels with with Mark Rober, for example, or Lucas the Spider. They might upload once a month, but those videos are epic. And you have some channels who do upload every single day, but a lot of those channels have more than one person, and some of the larger channels have teams working behind them. So just find a schedule that you're comfortable with and upload with that. Your viewers are going to watch what they want to watch. You're not going to be able to influence that by your upload schedule. However, there is something called upload fatigue, or viewer fatigue, where some channels do upload so much that it makes the viewer choose between which videos that they want to watch. And that can actually turn people off if they're constantly getting hit with notifications. And you're always uploading. It's like, man, I just watched your video yesterday. I don't want to watch this video today. And it can kind of burn your viewers out. So you're going to have to find that middle ground there. Let me see. Next question is from Stevan Next Level Mindset. Good to see you, D. Hey, man, thanks for coming by. I'm wondering, why do I not have the option to add a trailer for my live streams? Your brother Nick gave me the idea. Is that only if you have a certain number of subscribers? So how are you trying to access this? You actually have to go into YouTube itself in order through the live streaming side on YouTube, right? So if you go into YouTube Studio, they got a live streaming area. Go into there, and you should have an option to do that there. If you don't have it yet, and Shelly is in here from TubeBuddy, and Doug is in here too. If there's some sort of a subscriber limitation on the live stream previews, I'm not aware of it. Maybe one of them are aware of that, but I haven't heard of it. But you should, if it's given to everybody, you should see that inside of YouTube, unless, and I haven't used the feature yet. That's why I don't have a solid answer on that. Unless they could still be rolling it out and you just don't have it yet. That's a possibility too. Sometimes YouTube rolls features out to certain test groups and rolls it out to different countries first. So it's possible that you are going to get it and you just don't have it yet. Endless Relaxation, aloha, how you doing? I'm subscribed to a couple of channels like that. I'm burned out because they upload 2 times a day. See? This is exactly what I was talking about. People get viewer fatigue. That happens. That is a real thing. All right. Next question comes from Keeper YT. Hold on. I need to hydrate out of my giant StreamYard mug. And by the way, today's stream is sponsored by StreamYard. It's what I'm using to live stream with. That's how I'm putting the comments on the screen. I've got a link to StreamYard if you are not live streaming with them yet. You can use it on your phone or your tablet or your desktop computer, and you can use them for free up to 20 hours per month. I don't even stream 20 hours per month, so that's a pretty good deal. Let me hydrate. I feel like I need some hydration music. I do. I need hydration music so it doesn't turn into like an ASMR thing where you hear me swallowing. Okay, Keeper YT. Question is, any tips for mobile gamers? Okay. I mainly do live streams due to limited time. Okay, so the thing to keep in mind with live streams and gaming in general. Hold on, let me tackle this here. Doug says, as long as you have live enabled and can access the live stream manager suite, you should be good to go. Yeah, so that's what I thought. You have to dive into the settings to find it. Yeah, so it's possible if you don't see it that they just haven't rolled it out to you yet. I actually just got it maybe 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago it popped up in mine. So, oh, there you go. Doug has a tutorial on it. There we go. Doug's got a tutorial for everything. He's got a tutorial for everything. All right, let me go back to the question. Any tips for mobile gamers? Yeah, so my tips for gamers in general. If you are only live streaming, you have to understand that it is very difficult to grow a channel, especially if you're starting brand new, right? If you're starting brand new, you don't have anybody following you yet. It's really hard to grow your channel through live streaming. Not impossible, it's just really difficult. When you're making videos and you title them a certain way and you're choosing the right topics, it can be a little bit easier for people to find you and your videos to be surfaced. But if all you're doing is live streaming when you first get started because of limited time, which I totally understand, it's going to be a lot harder for people to find you. There's so many gamers on the platform, and everybody's live streaming. Here's the main thing about live streamers in general, or gamers in general. Instead of saying, hey, just watch me play, right? Like everybody is doing that. Every single gamer on the platform is just, hey, watch me play. And that's it. It's really hard to stand out as a gamer. But if you want to grow your channel, you have to find some way to be different. That doesn't mean you have to cuss a lot or be crazy, but try to find something that makes you unique. Something, it could be a personality that you create. I mean, I use Dr. Disrespect as kind of an over-the-top example. He's like a professional wrestler turned gamer in terms of his persona, but it works, right? He brought something larger than life. Doesn't mean you have to copy him, but he brought something new to the table, which was that character that he created. Or you can teach people how to play the game. If you're really good at the game, you could do streams or videos where you actually teach people how to play the game or beat certain characters and that sort of thing. So teach people how to play the game or bring something new to the table as a gamer. You could just be your amazing personality. Maybe you're really funny or something, or sarcastic. Or you need to be really good at the game where you just dominate the game where people will want to watch you. But the main thing is, for a new channel, live streams only, it's going to be, you're going to struggle for people to be able to find you. So what I recommend is, if you really love playing the game, just go play the game. Play the game, make the best thumbnail that you can make, which might be difficult if you're on limited time. Choose a title, or choose a topic or a title that could be something interesting instead of just like, playing Call of Duty. That's pretty boring. Try to get some excitement going on there and just go on and play the game. Don't get too caught up in the numbers, because the numbers can kind of beat you down a little bit, especially if you're new and people are not showing up to your live stream. But you're again, I'm not saying you can't do it, but you're swimming upstream against the current, starting a new channel, live streaming only. Okay. Random question out of the chat. What did you do to get to where you are today? I'm dying to know. I sold my soul. I mean, I took a second mortgage on my soul. I mean, that's that's how everybody succeeds on YouTube. Serious answer. I chose a niche that at the time when I started, there were not a lot of people making the content that I was making. I thought long and hard about the type of content. I actually almost started a travel channel. My first channel, this channel was going to be a travel channel, but I ended up deciding against it for a couple of reasons. And then I was like, oh, what else can I do? And at that time, because my brother is Nick Nimmin, who has a YouTube education channel, and I was doing live streams with him. And I was like, well, what can I do that could complement his channel and kind of work in with some of his audience and some of the other people that I become friends with on YouTube. And at that particular time, nobody was teaching you really how to do YouTube on your phone. So I thought, well, this is kind of a perfect thing to do. So that's the direction I went into. I first identified a need in a market that was not being served, or if they were being served, they weren't being served in a way that was, you could easily find the content. So, I identified a problem and I offered a solution. I think, hey, James, nice to see you, my man. Haven't seen you in a long time. I think one of the easiest ways to, I'm not going to say grow, because growing is tough, but I think one of the easiest ways to move forward faster is to solve problems. Look, if you can solve someone's problem, if you can make their day better, if you can motivate them, if you can inspire them, if you can teach them something, right? Like if you can give something to someone who needs something, I think that's kind of a way to accelerate your growth. So if you can find a place to get in there, or maybe you're incredibly knowledgeable about something very specific, share that knowledge. Share that knowledge. How long have you been creating content? Well, on YouTube, only a few years. But see, this is where I kind of have I was able to hit YouTube running, right? So a lot of people, when they get started on YouTube, they don't know how to edit. They don't understand lighting. They don't understand audio. They don't understand graphics, like how to make a thumbnail. They don't understand these things. So in addition to learning YouTube specifically, they also have to learn how to do all those other things. So you have to wear a bunch of different hats. I was fortunate enough, I've got 20 years experience as, working in video production and video editing and that sort of thing. So when I came to YouTube, I hit YouTube running in terms of understanding how to edit and how to make thumbnails and do all those things. So I didn't have that struggle. For me, the struggle was how to keep people watching, because you can understand how to edit. Like I can edit your wedding video. I can edit a commercial. I can edit, or I can make graphics and thumbnails and choose the right topics. But editing for YouTube specifically to keep people watching your video, that's a whole different type of editing. And that takes it takes a long time actually to learn how to get people to watch your videos longer so they don't click off when they watch. So that my biggest struggle wasn't choosing the topics. It wasn't making the thumbnails. It wasn't any of that. It was learning how to edit to keep people watching, first and foremost. And secondly, even though I have a background in production, I've never been in front of the camera speaking like this. So I also had to build camera confidence and learn how to kind of get my cadence together when I speak in front of video and that sort of thing. So those were my real struggles. I have quite a history of working with video, but YouTube is kind of a different beast there.
Super chat.
Eric, thank you so much, Uncle. It says, I want to convert my Patreon supporters to supporting a charity for veterans. Rather than the money go to me, they support the charity. Any ideas? What do you mean you want to convert? Send me a private message, man. Send me an email. Give me more details on this. I'm not 100% sure I understand the question. My name at Gmail, or hit me on DM somewhere, and I'll bounce this off to you, because I'm not 100% sure what you mean by convert your Patreon supporters to supporting a charity. I don't know. Maybe someone in here who has a Patreon account, is there a way? Because like if, for example, if you do live streams on YouTube, or you set up YouTube in a certain way, if you're monetized, you can set it up to where the money goes to a charity. I'm going to guess that Patreon has something similar to where the money that they actually put into Patreon goes to a charity. I've never looked into that, but if YouTube has it, and Patreon is being very competitive. Speaking of, Patreon is in the process of building a video platform. They're actually going to compete with YouTube. So that's something to keep an eye on. If you're not on Patreon yet, it's probably a good time to create an account over there. And when you see that they do have their video platform put together, it's probably going to be a good place to put your videos. Yeah, just send me a private message or something, Eric, and I'll help you figure that out. Let me see. Magic Flying Potato made it in. How you doing? We are always trying. Where did it go? Where did it go? I just saw a message in here. Man, the chat's moving really fast. Hold on one sec. Okay, I missed it. It's gone. It's gone. All right, we got another super chat here. Awesome.
Super chat.
Endless Relaxation, thank you so much. Love your live streams, relaxing music channel niche, reached monetization requirements, but was denied because of reused content. Okay, that's really interesting. So my question to you is, are you using original music that you're making, or are you getting the music from other sources, right? Like, are you getting music from an Epidemic Sound? Are you getting music from elsewhere? Or the videos that you're actually choosing to put in your music videos, are you getting videos from stock videos from somewhere? People who are getting hit with reused content like that, getting denied, one, it could be an error. So one thing that you could do is you could appeal, and you can also reach out to YouTube on Twitter. I'm going to drop their Twitter handle in the chat right now. It's Team YouTube. Team YouTube on Twitter. You can reach out to them. Again, I don't know if you're making original music or not, but let's just say you are. And you can say, hey, you could reach out to Team YouTube on Twitter. Just send them a public message. Say, hey, I was denied monetization, or I denied access into the partner program. I make original music. Can you please have a human look at this? Sometimes they just gloss over things, and they might think that it's reused. But if you're using videos that you got from other websites or music or something like that, that's going to be a valid denial.
Super chat.
Paid the Drive. Love the name. Thank you so much for the super chat. Have you noticed in recent months a vast decrease in overall viewership? Yes. Yes, and I'll explain why. I've noticed this too on my channel, and I've seen it on other channels too. Yeah, so here's the thing. Most channels, and you guys can let me know yes or no in the chat if this happened to you, when the entire world closed down, when the world shut down over the pandemic, everyone was inside, everyone was online. Most channels saw a significant rise in viewership during that time. The internet in general saw a significant spike in traffic, so much so that even a lot of streaming services and websites were having difficulty handling the traffic. Okay, so my channel included, I saw a huge spike in viewership, huge spike in subscribers, like everything just shot through the roof. But what's happened over the past several months? People are back outside again, right? I know in Europe it's winter again, and it's slowly getting into winter in the U.S. and Canada. But like for a period, several, people were going back outside again. The clubs are open, bars are open, they're going to concerts again. Less people are online. So across the board for most channels, they're seeing viewership go down again. So that could be what you're seeing. If you saw a spike up over the past year and a half, it was because everybody was indoors. And now if it's going down, you're seeing this because everybody's outside again. And what you're probably going to see is, because winter is coming, is you're probably going to see another spike come up as everybody goes back indoors for winter. So that's without looking at your data, that's my guess at what's happening.
Super chat.
Coconut Pete, give me a thumbs down. Thanks for the super chat, man. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Plus a trend towards short form content. I'm not sure if that was in reference to what I was talking about. Painfully Honest Tech. What is up, Jason? Nice to see you in here. Says, I saw no rise, but I have seen a recent decrease. Yeah, I saw a huge Twitter thread of yours, and I just saw bits and pieces, and I haven't been on Twitter long enough or enough recently to actually digest what you were saying. But I saw Renee Ritchie mention the same thing about just views being down in general in the tech space. And I've heard a couple other tech people talking about views going down. I know a lot of channels saw a huge swell when everybody went inside. I had a feeling you'd say this. Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's, I obviously don't have access to everyone's data, but of the channels that I have worked with and people hit me up, can you look at my channel and that sort of thing? It's a similar thing in most cases where, the swell comes up and everybody goes inside, everybody's back outside, the swell went down. But like in, Painfully Honest Tech's case, he's got a successful channel. He didn't see an increase. So I don't know how much of an increase the tech channels actually got. I don't know. It's been a last weird, year and a half or so, because if you guys remember when the world closed down, things like webcams were hard to purchase, right? Like Rodecaster Pros and anything that had to do with live streaming, they were difficult to purchase because everybody went online, everybody went live. Purchasing for other items, for specific items, went down, right? People are like, well, a lot of people lost their jobs because they weren't purchasing as much. So I don't know. A lot of weird stuff has happened in the past year and a half. So it's without actually looking at someone's data, it's difficult to tell. Another thing is you could just be making the wrong content choices, right? Like just for you in general, like if you make a series of videos that just don't hit, they just don't hit right or whatever, but that could cause a downturn in overall viewership. More educational tech stuff did extremely well in lockdown. Yeah, it makes sense. They were learning how to use it, right? It makes total sense. Colin Michael's in the house. Colin, man, I was just talking about you during the member live stream about an hour and a half ago. Somebody was asking me the process of how I come up with video ideas. So I use an example of I was wanting to make some videos of CapCut, right? So I said, okay, so the first thing I would do is I'd go into YouTube and I would search for, how to use CapCut or whatever. And boom, there you were at the top with 1.5 million views on that video. So yeah, I did high five, dude, fist bump. That's awesome. You absolutely destroyed that one. 1.5 million views on that video. Yeah, way to go, man. All right, moving back to the questionnaire here. Getting off track. Next question comes from Reva Clay. Reva Clay says, hey, D. Niven. Hey, what's up? Can a channel still succeed with more than one topic covered, or is it better to have a separate channel? Okay, this is a great question too. So you're basically asking, can you have a catch-all channel? Can you have a variety channel? The answer is this. You can do whatever you want. It is your channel. Do with it as you wish. However, if the question is, Can I grow my channel and become a full-time YouTuber or even a part-time YouTuber? I want to make money with this. I want to build a community. In that case, I would say niche down if you can. Reason being is because if you have too many different topics, you're segmenting your audience. Let's say, for example, because on my channel, I teach people how to live stream and do specific things with their phone and how to YouTube, right? Well, what would happen if I uploaded a video tomorrow of another one of my interests, which is how to build a cosplay Star Wars costume? Now, some of you who are just like me as a creator, some of you will watch that and you go, oh, that was really cool, D. And then I uploaded another video after that is how to make Indian dum aloo recipe, my favorite recipe for Indian dum aloo, right? You go, well, I don't really care about that either, right? So you've got all these people who subscribe because they want to learn about YouTube, and then I'm uploading like cosplay videos and then like recipe videos. You're gonna go, that's not why I subscribe to your channel. The hardcore people who are part of your channel who enjoy you as a creator are going to watch it, but the rest of the people who are there for the information, they're probably not going to get on board with that. And you're going to start segmenting your audience. And a weird thing happens with YouTube. When people stop watching your videos, that's a negative signal to YouTube, right? So you upload a video and people don't watch it. YouTube says, okay, well, these viewers didn't click, they didn't watch. And wow, I uploaded another video, they didn't click, they didn't watch. So what's going to happen is YouTube is going to stop recommending your videos. Well, it's going to increase the likelihood that YouTube is going to stop recommending your videos to them, even if they're subscribed to your channel. The opposite of that happens. Even if they're not subscribed to your channel and they watch one of your videos and they go on to watch another one of your videos and maybe even another one of your videos, that's a positive signal to YouTube. And they're going to start recommending your videos to that viewer, even if they're not subscribed. So it works both ways. That works both ways. Hey, Pete, how you doing, man? Next question. Colin Michael. Thoughts on the metaverse and how it will affect the creator economy? Wow, this is a huge question. Okay, I think it's weird. I think the whole concept of the metaverse is weird. There was recently a kind of a parody video that was made about Iceland. The Iceland verse, I believe they called it, where it's like, yeah, come to our real island and go, experience the real world, right? So the metaverse, I think it's weird. However, that's not going to stop it from happening. I think Facebook is, I think they're going to, this is kind of like the conversation. You remember back when people used to record on like mini DVs and then the HD camera came out, and people are like, yeah, I don't really need, I don't need 1080 or I don't need 4K. I don't need 4K video when I can record in 720 on these little tapes. And then eventually everybody moved over to HD and then, 1080 and 4K and now 8K, right? Like, I think this is one of those things where people are like me. I don't understand it yet, but I don't understand how it's going to work. But I know that the people behind it are brilliant and they have it mapped out. So I believe it will work somehow. And things like NFTs. Yeah, I mean, there's no denying that stuff right now. So I don't know enough about it to say how it's going to work. I just know that if Facebook's behind it, it's probably going to work to some degree. Will the original release of it, is that going to work? I don't know. There might be multiple things they've got to do to get it to work. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I think the potential there is huge, but at the same time, I think it's kind of weird. Like I would much rather go be in the real universe versus be in the metaverse. But I understand, there's millions of people in the world who either can't do that, maybe they're disabled or whatever, or they just want to stay inside, social anxiety or whatever. So yeah, I think it's going to work. I just don't know how it's going to work. I thought it was all marketing BS. Yeah, I just don't know how it's going to work. It's I can't wrap my head around it. I think that's the problem, right? I can't wrap my head around that, but I know it'll work. I don't know how it's going to work, but it'll work. If somebody wants to explain it to me like a 3-year-old to where I can go, oh yeah, that makes total sense. I'm all ears. I'm all ears. But I think it's interesting. The metaverse is bad for social interaction and social skill development. Yeah, I mean, we've already killed ourselves with social media in general on that. So I don't know. My generation, and for those of you, let's just say those of you who are over the age of 40, for example, you're probably in the same situation where I'm in, where it's like, I mean, I welcome it. I welcome technology. I'm not the old man yelling at clouds. I want to, because I do make a living through social media, I want to remain relevant. So if that means I have to do something in the metaverse in order to do that, I'll definitely look into it, and I want to understand it. But I just currently don't understand it. Like, I don't understand the attraction for the masses to want to do something in the metaverse instead of doing it in real life, other than the situation that you can't, right? People who can't do those sorts of things. So it's just weird. It's weird. Yeah, exactly. Habbo Hotel meets Sim City. Yeah, it's weird, but I welcome it. I don't fight technology. I welcome it, even though I think I'm not a fan of social media in general. I think some social media, as wonderful as it is, I think it's also done a lot of damage. So we'll see, man. You and I have the same opinion. Yeah, I just don't know enough about it, I guess. D is meta like Apple, closed world. I just don't know about, if someone could explain it to me and make it make sense. And again, this is like, V1, this is like version 1. Here, the better, like, I'll say this. I'm not as interested in the metaverse now or next year. Like, I know it's coming, and I'm definitely going to explore it because I'm sure there's tons of opportunity there. What I'm interested in is the metaverse 10 years from now. What's that going to look like? That interests me more than what's going to happen like next year, for example. Will it help me grow on YouTube? Probably not. But the thing is, though, it comes down to this. What business opportunities are inside of the metaverse, right? Like, that's where my interest is. Like, what can I build inside of the metaverse that I could sell to other people inside of the metaverse? Like, that would be my approach. I wouldn't go into it with the approach of how can this help me grow on other social media platforms. I would go into it and say, okay, there's opportunity here. Anybody remember that, like the .com rush, right? Like, what can I find in the metaverse? How can I make money on it? How can I profit on this new technology, right? Is there anyone selling shovels for the metaverse? Like, I'm happy to sell shovels. We'll see. Yeah, it's Ready Player One in real life. Yeah, exactly. So next year it's not going to look that cool, but 10 years from now it might. And I can see where this is really going to be cool for people who do stay inside. The homebodies, people with social anxiety, people who might be disabled and don't get outside that much. I can see the use for it. It's just weird, man. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you. I'll go check it out. Mr. Who's the Boss did a real good video about it. Thank you. I'll add that. I'll go check that out. I got this from USA Today. It's a combination. First of all, I can tell you that we're probably pretty close to the same age by the fact that you told me you got this from USA Today. It's a combination of multiple elements of technology, including virtual reality, augmented reality, and video users where live within. Yeah. I mean, that's what I understand it to be, but it's like, but you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I understand that it's that, but really, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna ask the next question. Colin coming in with the hard questions tonight, man. What do you guys think about it? What do you think about the metaverse? I don't know. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. I can tell you this: there's going to be opportunity there, and there's going to be people making millions of dollars off of that opportunity. I'll tell you that. Okay, Trend Insta asks the next question. It says, sir, I almost got 19,000 views within a day. Congratulations. But it suddenly stopped and my views and subs are going down. If you got 19,000 views in a day, is that on a single video? Hold on, a quick look at your channel here. Let me see what actually happened. And I hope you linked out the right, what? Okay, so unfortunately, you linked to the wrong channel. So you linked the channel that I can't look at. So without me actually able to look at your channel, because when I look at your channel and I look at your videos, Oh, because it's shorts. Okay, hold on. But I don't see any short in here with 19,000 views. Yeah, man, I don't. Oh, see, now it is showing up. Yeah, YouTube is struggling to show me your channel right now. Give me a second. So if I go to videos, it will show up, but I can't sort them, which is really weird. So I don't see anything on here with 19,000 views. 900 views, 3,000 views. Yeah, I'm not sure you linked to the right channel. So if you had a channel that came in with 19,000 views and then it died off, I'm going to take a guess that it could be shorts. Could be YouTube Shorts. Could be YouTube Shorts, and Shorts goes through the short shelf and they go through on a cycle. So, you know, like any other platform, there's only so many shorts that can show at any particular time. So it's possible that you had a short that showed up on the short shelf and it did really well over the course of a day. But in the grand scheme of YouTube Shorts, for what the viewers or for what YouTube thought the viewers would want to watch next, it might not have done that well, right? Great for your channel, but not great compared to the other videos that are dominating YouTube Shorts. So YouTube took it out of the short shelf. That does not mean they won't put it back in, right? YouTube will cycle videos that do well. So if the video actually performed well with 19,000 views, I would say is a really good chance that it will eventually go back into the short shelf. Maybe for another day, maybe for an hour, but YouTube kind of rotates those videos through that do well. Next question here. Next question is from Vortex Ultimate. Question is, what am I doing wrong? That's a loaded question, but I'll look at your channel right now and just, okay, you're a gaming channel. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Instead of telling you what you're doing wrong, give me one second. Instead of telling you what you're doing wrong, I'm going to drop that same link into the chat that I dropped earlier. This is exactly, yeah, you are. You're doing lots of things wrong. So here's what I'm going to do. What I just dropped into the chat right now, this is the YouTube Creator Academy. It's a free series of courses, mini courses created by YouTube. This is more or less the instruction manual for YouTube. So go there, connect it to your Gmail account, doesn't cost you anything, and start with the very basics. Start with the basic beginner thing and go through and learn how YouTube works. So the main thing you're doing wrong is you don't understand what YouTube wants out of you, right? What YouTube expects. You can learn that through the YouTube Creator Academy. So that's where you go. Step one. Next question. And by the way, you're doing the right thing because you're realizing that there's something missing with your channel. So you're asking the right question, what am I doing wrong? So you're on the right path. You just now need to put in the work to learn what YouTube is going to teach you about all the different aspects of YouTube. Next question comes from Joe McFlow. I love the name. It says, do you feel a channel can succeed with focusing on a gaming ecosystem, Google Stadia, and not just narrowing down on one game? Yeah, I think it's possible. I think it's possible. Like focusing on one game with a gaming channel, I know a lot of channels have success with that, but here's the thing with that. Like trends in gaming goes up and down. There could be weird issues in the future with, the company gets sold and they pull a Nintendo and start issuing copyright claims. Like games can change, games come and go. So I think coming in and working with an ecosystem, I think you can do it. I think you can do it. And once you find a certain type of video that you're doing that does better than the others, and I don't mean like 50 views better, be like, wow, this video got like, my other videos get like, 500 views. It's got like 5,000 views. Like once you notice that, start leaning more into that particular type of video. But I think you can definitely do it. Lanika's Corner asks the next question. Says, I have a few slideshow videos. Do you require deleting them? Would be okay since I have a mixture of regular videos. So okay, so if I understand this correctly, you've put slideshow videos together and you're asking, should you delete them? My reply to that would be, if your if your viewers have responded to that, if they're watching that, if you actually have people who are coming in and watching your slideshow videos, and they're like, wow, this is really good, then keep them. But if nobody's interested, if nobody's watching them, you're not getting any views, nothing's happening on those things, you could unlist them. It's not going to hurt them, right? If these are older things that you've got up and nobody's really watching them or paying attention, you don't have to delete them. You can unlist them and just keep them on your channel so you always have them up there. I never delete anything. I just unlist them so people can't see them. But just note that if you have them in a playlist, if you have a video in a playlist and you unlist that video, it will still show up in a playlist. So make sure you remove it from the playlist as well. Hey, Napturo Garcia, how you doing? Next question, Painfully Honest Tech. Thinking about making my channel a daily tech news channel. Interesting, 10 to 15 minute videos, 5 days a week, do it live, record it, or I'm insane. Well, first of all, we both know you're insane. We both know you're insane. So that's not even the question to ask. You know, I don't know if you know Alex from E4Electric. So Alex from E4Electric, I don't know if he's still doing it or not, but he was doing a daily news. Basically, he just covered the news. He went live and he covered the news. He made it look like a news channel. It looks like a news channel. He's got like the graphics and stuff. And he just went live and would talk about electric cars, electric automobiles. And he did that for a very long time. He might still be doing it. Like that was his whole thing, was that he did a daily live. It was like same time, you know, and he just reported the daily news. So I would say this, and I know you've kind of hit a weird spot right now with your channel. I would say if that's something that you can do and keep up with it, I think it's worth testing. I think any idea is worth testing because you never know how your audience is going to respond to it. Some of my most successful videos, I wasn't even going to I wasn't even going to make them. And then after I made them, I was like, yeah, it's not really a good video. And I almost didn't even, I almost didn't make them. 2, almost didn't publish it. And they ended up being some of my best videos, be it through views or watch time or through, you know, revenue earned or whatever. So I would say if you've got an idea, no matter how crazy it is, I think you should test it. You know, test it out for a month, test it for a month. If you're every day, test it for a month and see how people respond to it. And yes, you're totally insane. But what you can do is this, you can go live, and then after the live is over, you can actually come back and you can chop off the beginning because let's say you have a countdown before you go live, like 2 minutes before I go live, or it just takes a while to get into the show or whatever. You can come back and you can go inside a YouTube Creator Studio and you can chop off the beginning and chop off the ending so you have a perfect news show, right? So you could go live, welcome the crowd, or you could have your countdown timer, or you could do like a loose intro. Then you could let everybody know, hey, I'm getting ready to start the show now. And then pause, and then start the show with your hook. And then after it publishes, come back and chop off the beginning and the end. Make sure your title and everything's put together with a good thumbnail, so then it becomes a video. So when somebody finds the video, as soon as they hit play, you actually start with your hook and everything just like you normally would. It's a pre-recorded video at that point. So you can multi-purpose this and do both. Retro Dad 64 asks the next question. Says, hey D, big time lurker of yours and Nick's in the streams. Hey man, thanks for asking your question finally, lurker. Thanks for all the help you give us. When deciding which direction to take a channel, should you focus on something you love but you know will be much harder to grow because it's a broader topic? Example, Nintendo's Switch and its library of games, or a topic you like and it's a bit narrower, mobile gacha games, and seems to have less competition, then branch out after you have a solid foundation. It's a constant internal battle I can't figure out. Okay, if you're looking specifically at gaming, I would go with what you love. I would go with what you love because YouTube is a serious grind. YouTube is a grind. And by the way, Jason, hit me up, man, if you want any, I know you're a seasoned live streamer, but if you want any details about maybe ways to format that a little bit, happy to help you workshop that. Just hit me up, let me know. YouTube's a grind. YouTube's a grind, and anyone in here right now, I see, you know, of course, Painfully Honest Tech and Shelly Saves the Day and Doug Hewson and Beanie Draws, and there's a lot of creators in here who have been doing this for a very, very long time, video after video after video. YouTube can be a real grind. So I always recommend when you're trying to figure out what to do, make sure it's something that it doesn't have to be the thing you love the most, but it has to be something that you love enough or are passionate enough about to want to keep doing it, because you will get to a point where it's like, this is really tough. I really don't want to make this next video, So I would go with the thing that you love. Holy cow, what's going on? Just checking in to say hello. Hope you're doing well. Ladies and gentlemen, Alight Motion in the house. Douglas, how you doing, my man? Nice to see you in here. Hope you're doing well. This is the official app, Alight Motion. So for those of you who are mobile creators, you're wanting to learn how to do motion graphics on your phone, cool intros, lower thirds, that sort of thing, you can get the Alight Motion app, and they can help you do that.
Super chat.
ATL Flipper, what is going on, man? Thank you for the super chat. I have almost 2,000 subs and 2,500 hours of watch time in 9 months. Way to go. Am I doing something wrong on my channel to get more views and watch hours? Wait, am I doing something wrong on my channel? So the ATL Flipper. So I'm going to guess you're in the reselling business. Let me just do a quick look here. ATL Flipper. Reselling is hot right now, man. It is really hot. Let's see what you're doing here. What's sold on eBay? You know what? I'll pull your channel up. I'm just going to do a quick. I'm not going to do like a channel review here, but hey, Anime Boy, thanks for stopping by. So just at a glance here, ATL Flipper, like and subscribe. Okay, you didn't ask for a channel review. I'm just going to do like a quick overview here, just to kind of give you some things to think about. Okay, first things here. Like and subscribe and turn on notifications. You don't even need that, man. Like we're way past that now in 2021. You can get rid of that. So the ATL Flipper, what are you flipping? Okay, I see you got eBay up here. I don't even know what marketplace that is. So you do have eBay up here, so that's good. So here's what I would ask you. When it comes to YouTube in a situation where you're making videos, how to do things and this sort of thing, it's always a good idea to think about who your ideal viewer is, right? So I would ask you, who are you making videos for, right? Who is the person you're making videos for? And this is for you to figure out. Are you making videos for people who want to learn how to flip products on eBay? Is that who you're making videos for? For people who want to learn how to flip things on eBay? Or is this a vlog channel where you're just documenting your life, showing how you do it, right? So you need to think about who it is that you want to watch your videos, and you kind of need to be strategic about that. So let's say, and I haven't scrolled down to look at your videos yet. So let's say you are making videos about how to teach people how to flip on eBay. Then if that's the case, if you're okay, these are the people who I'm trying to reach, right? What I would do, we call it a value proposition. You don't have to have it in your channel art, but it kind of helps just to kind of have it as a North Star. Like because you already got ATL Flipper here, and then you got it again here. So you don't need one of these, but what if one of these, maybe say this one right here, what if this was just a short few words that told the viewer what you're doing on your channel, right? So if you're helping them, it could be something like teaching you how to flip on eBay. Something that simple. I mean, you can workshop that yourself, right? But something simple, your value proposition, your North Star, to tell the viewer what your channel's about, right? Helping you flip on eBay or whatever it is that you're going to say. And then when it comes to choosing the right content, whatever you decide to write up here, whatever that is, when you're thinking about videos to make, ask yourself, is the video idea that I have in alignment with what I'm telling the viewers my channel's about? So if I'm telling my channels or my viewers that I'm going to teach them how to make money flipping on eBay, okay, if that's the case, then a video like this, I just bought my mom a new car, that may or may not fit. It says from thrifting full time, okay? That may or may not fit. That's right on the fence there, okay? So what you want to do is just go through and make sure, right, the best angle of the Atlanta Braves parade. My question to you, what does that have to do with flipping, okay? First, look at the crazy crowd before the Braves. What does that have to do with flipping? See where I'm going with this? So yeah, so what I've got for you, figure out your value proposition, right? Just a simple statement telling the viewer exactly what's in it for them. What are you doing for the viewer? Are you teaching them how to make money on eBay, right? Teaching you how to make money on eBay. however you want to word that. And then on your content choices, make sure that all of your content is in alignment with that, right? If I subscribe to your channel because I love what you're doing on eBay, I love how you teach, I love everything that you're doing, and it's all you're all about that flip life, right? And then you start uploading videos of parades and crazy crap. What is going on? You're going to the Brave. I don't care about that stuff. I want to learn about flipping, right? So this is one of those times where you need to really think about niching down, getting your focus together, and making sure that every video you have is in alignment with what you're telling people your channel is about. So it's not that you're doing anything necessarily wrong. It's just that you're focused, but you're not focused enough. So work on the focus and work on the clarity. That's what I got for you. Get that all put together and come back and see me again, and we'll fine tune you a little bit more. Next question. Actually, let me check the chat here, see if I missed anything. Hey, Luis, how you doing, my man? Just going through the chat. Hey, what's going on?
Super chat.
Fit Dad Chris, nice to see you in here. Your channel is tremendously helpful. Thank you. Thank you, my man. I appreciate that. That's the whole point, man, is to making my channel as helpful as possible. And by helping people, lifting people up, motivating them, inspiring them. Some people like to make people angry on other channels, right? If you can help somebody in any way, it's definitely helpful.
Super chat.
Thanks for the great advice, D. Appreciate the solid thoughts. You are, as always, the man. Much appreciated, my man. Thanks, Jason. Hope you're doing well. Going through the chat here. And this is a good point, too. ATL will also make users think the channel is only for Atlanta residents. This is a very good point that Jason makes here. John, how you doing, man? Nice to see you in here. This is a good point. So if you're trying to reach a broad audience, now I do know that there's a resale channel. I think he's called like the Cincinnati Flipper or something like that. And he's focused on Cincinnati and he's made it work for him. But like Jason says here, that also can be limiting at the same time. So let's say somebody's in California and they run across, the ATL Flipper. I'm in California. They may or may not get on board with what you're doing. So it's just something to think about. I'm going through the chat here. Hold on. Make sure I didn't miss anything. All right, here we go. Next question is from Paid to Drive. The first time here. Welcome, man. Glad you could come by and make it. Question. Have you noticed in recent months oh yeah, okay, we already answered this in the super chat. I think I got you on that one. Okay, next question. Wisco Ted. Let me hydrate. As a new creator, I'm comfortable with thumbnails and titles. Good. But I need to be more engaging in my videos. Do you think storytelling or editing is more important? I'm trying to decide which class or course I should take first. Let me see what you're doing with your channel. Give me a second here. Whoa, I just zoomed down to like 20%. Okay. Let me see what you're doing with your channel. Give me a second here. YouTube tools for you. Wait, hold on. Free tools, beginner friendly. Okay, hold on. I'm going to share your channel here. Let's go. Here we go. Let's go, Ted. Free tools, YouTube tools for you, beginner friendly. Okay. Again, you didn't ask for a channel review. I always like to give first impressions, and everybody in the chat, you can agree with me or disagree, or if you want to give some advice to Wisco Ted, that would be fantastic. Wisco Ted, YouTube tools for you. Okay. What if you didn't have free tools? Because I can warn you now that if all you're doing is advertising free, I can promise you it's not going to work out the way you think it's going to work out, because what's going to happen is you're only going to attract people who are interested in free stuff. And that becomes very difficult later on when you start getting into brand deals, or maybe you have a product to sell, or your own course or affiliate links, because you've cultivated an audience who only wants free things. So it's going to be difficult to sell. It's going to be difficult to build a business on free. Not impossible, just a little bit more difficult. I wouldn't put that there either. I would focus really hard on this. Instead of YouTube tools for you, like what specifically? Are the YouTube growth tools, YouTube tools for beginners? I don't know. Try to be more specific about what's going on here. Make a free thumbnail with Canva. Okay, you're off to a good start. Welcome to YouTube, by the way. In terms of, okay, so it looks like if you're doing videos about tools, that means you're doing tutorials. I think I just missed a super chat. I'll get to that one second. If you're doing tools, that means you're making tutorials. You're doing how-to type content. It's utility type channel. If that's the case, you can try some storytelling to see how it does. Over time, you're going to learn how to be more comfortable in front of the camera. You just made your first video, so you're probably as terrified as I was making my first video. You know, make 50 videos, 75 videos, 100 videos, and you're going to find that your confidence in front of the camera just is skyrockets, right? Where you are now from where you're going to be, 50 to 100 videos from now, you're going to be a completely different creator in terms of how comfortable you are in front of the camera. So I would say this right now at your stage, I wouldn't worry too much or try to overthink story. I got to interweave storytelling. Right now, I would just start focusing on trying to be as clear as possible and building out those tutorial videos, right? So if you're making tools for YouTubers, if I were to start your channel right now, I wouldn't try to necessarily compete against channels that have monster amounts of views that are making the same videos. I would try to look for holes. Okay, well, what video did they not cover? Like this channel covers a bunch of tools. What are they not covering? And I would try to make that video, right? What are people looking for, right? I would go to these bigger channels and I would read through the comments, right? Like you did a video on Canva, for example. Go look at some of the bigger channels that are making videos on Canva and see what people are saying in the comments. Like, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? Make those videos. Try to find the gaps where people aren't making those videos and start making those. That's what I would start doing right now to kind of lay that foundation down. And over time, you're going to get more comfortable in front of the camera. If you're trying to decide a class or a course, again, I would go with YouTube Creator Academy. Step one, YouTube Creator Academy. Go through all of the courses on the YouTube Creator Academy. Go do that first. Like if you can't get to the YouTube Creator Academy, then you're probably going to struggle to get through a course that you're paying for. So that's what I would do for you, step one. And then try to fill in those gaps, right? Look for the places the big channels are not focusing on. And then those are your opportunities. And over time, after you've built that foundation, your channel is going to start to build some authority, and then you can go after some of those bigger videos, and then they're going to compete better against those bigger channels. That doesn't mean you can't make those videos that the bigger channels are doing. Some people, brand new channels, make the same videos that have huge channels as competition and huge videos with thousands or millions of views, and they just, the right thumbnail, the right timing, the right editing, the right hook, and it just goes gangbusters. So there's a couple ways to move forward. But start with YouTube Creator Academy. Then when you move into the course that you're going to pay for, you have a better understanding of what's going on. Next question. Actually, first, I missed a super chat. Hold on here.
Super chat.
Dwayne, how you doing, my man? It says, love how you help the community. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I love helping people. Your thoughts welcomed on my channel. Medical content, struggling with subscribers. Okay. Dwayne Wood, MD. Give me 1 second here. Dwayne Wood, MD. Let me see what you're doing. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Now, oops. Let's look at your channel. Let me go, boom, there we go. All right. Dwayne Wood, live Q&A every Monday, educating the people for better for you, creating content. Okay, first thing. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple of different things here because you're at the position where this can be really helpful. But I'm going to start at the top just as an overall first impressions on your channel, okay? Let me move this out of the way. The first thing I would tell you is I love that you have a value proposition here, okay? But it doesn't tell me enough. So you have that, but at the same time, you have this, all right? So what I would do is I would say simplify your banner. I love that you've got yourself in there. Don't change yourself. Keep your picture in there. It's fantastic. I love that. But I would try to consolidate what you're saying here because this is a lot of words. So you've got one that says educating the public for a better you. You got another one that says creating content to help you understand your body. So this is good. This small square here, that one speaks to me, right? Educating the public for a better you. It's in the right position in your channel art, but it doesn't tell me anything. But this one, right? Creating content, you don't need to say creating content, to help you understand your body, take charge of your health, avoid complication, and live a healthy, fulfilling life. So what I would do is I would take that and figure out how you can consolidate that and just get rid of that altogether, right? The placement, get rid of it. And how can you consolidate that to as few words as possible to fit right there, right? Helping you, and I'm just spitballing here. You know, you can think this through. You guys in the chat can workshop this because some of you are really good at coming up with value propositions. Something along the lines of helping you take charge of your health to live a healthy and fulfilling life. Something like that, right? Tell the viewer, not I'm making content. You just tell the viewer what's in it for them. Helping you take charge of your health to live a fulfilling life. Yeah, that's shorter. Helping you take control of your health to live a fulfilling life. Something like that. You can workshop that and figure it out for you. And then get rid of this part up here, right? Too many words. And then you could shrink your name. You could shrink your name, put it down here or something. Now, the next thing is this, and this is entirely your choice here because I don't know what the goal of your channel is. But I would say this. You already have your links here, okay? You've already got your links there. You don't need to put all of this up here too. Right? What you're doing is you're cluttering all of this stuff with all of these things. What I want you to do is simplify. Simplify all of this to where when somebody lands on your channel, it takes them 1 second flat to know that your channel is helping them get healthy. 1 second flat. I don't want, whoa, what is going on here? All this stuff, he's on Twitter, he's on whatever, right? Just a picture of you, tell them what's in it for them. Make your name small. And you know, the live Q&A every Monday, I think that's cool. I would probably make that a little bit smaller. The most important thing in your channel art, believe it or not, is that statement where you tell the viewer what's in it for them. That's going to be the most important thing. That's called your value proposition. Okay. So that's your channel art. That's not going to help you get more subscribers, but it's going to help viewers understand better what's going on with your channel. And just let me look and see what's going on here at a glance. Hold on, what do we got? Live Q&A. Are you only doing streams? No, you're not. Okay. Everything you want everyone to know about diabetes, things you should know about diabetes. Okay, that's good. How important is sleep to sexual performance? Surviving breast cancer live. Okay, you got a lot of live streams. Okay, so as a physician, I'm going to guess that you were really busy. But here's what I want you to notice. I want you to look at the lack of view, and this is fine, but I just want to highlight this. Look at the lack of views that you're getting on your live streams versus the views that you're getting on the actual videos. You see what's happening for some of these videos? Like some of these videos, you really did well on these. You chose the right topics, right? Not all of them. That's funny, the mask thing didn't do well. But you can see your videos are generally doing significantly better. So what I would recommend, because it's hard to grow a channel on live streams alone. It's really hard. So since the pandemic happened, I don't know who knows this for those of you who are new to my channel, but I normally live in Thailand. I got stuck in Mexico when the pandemic happened. We've been in Mexico since that happened. So I haven't been uploading actual videos to my channel that much during this time, but I have been doing more live streams. And because of that, my watch, I got an original spike when the world shut down and I was doing some videos there. But recently I've stopped uploading the videos and I've done more live streams and my subscribers have gone down. Everything's gone down across the board. It's hard to grow a channel with live streams. So if you're asking me how to get more subscribers, you're choosing the right topics. The videos that you made, a lot of them are doing well. I would say moving forward, I would make sure that you're doing a healthy balance of live streams versus pre-recorded videos because it's going to be hard for you to get subscribers on these live streams. Those are going to be really difficult because the live streams that you're doing are like an hour long. And for example, things you should know about diabetes. If YouTube shows me that, I really am going to have to want to learn about diabetes to commit to watching an hour live stream. However, if I had a video on here that was 3 things you need to know about diabetes, and it was 3 minutes or 5 minutes long, I'll watch that, right? So you need to think through how you're actually strategically putting your content up. Now, another thing, because you want to grow your channel, I'm guilty of doing the same thing, but I'm okay with where my channel is. But since you're trying to grow, I would just be careful of making your thumbnails look all the same. Now, I'm doing that right now, but I'm okay with where I'm at as a channel. And I do change the colors every month for the background of my live stream. So what I would do is I would at least maybe change the background, the colors from time to time. You know, maybe every month you change your background color. And then you don't have to put your title in your thumbnail, right? You've already got your title here. So people can see your titles, right? We can see your titles, everything you've ever wanted to know about diabetes, right? You've already got the title. You don't have to put the same title up here, right? What if your title was everything, you know, whatever it is, everything you want to know about diabetes, but your thumbnail was have diabetes question mark, right? Have diabetes question mark, or your diabetes questions answered, right? Put a different message in your thumbnails, right? Things you should know about diabetes. You don't have to put that there. You already have it. Things you should know about diabetes, okay? Must know diabetes facts. Really big, really bold, okay? Just like you've got a lot of stuff going on here in your channel art, you're doing the same thing in your thumbnails. So in addition to think about different messaging, think about trigger words and things to make people compel, or that are going to compel people to click. You don't want to just put your title in your thumbnail. Now here's some other things. Get rid of your social media stuff in here. It's not necessary. Clutters it up, right? On a mobile device, it's going to be even smaller, right? Live Q&A, streaming, you don't need any of that either, right? Here's the most important thing of your thumbnail. First of all, you're in there, so that's great. Keep yourself. Simplify the messaging of the text that's in your thumbnail. Must know diabetes facts with Dr. Dwayne Wood. Okay? People don't need to know it's live streaming, all that. Simplify it. A very simple message with bold text, and then your name underneath it with Dr. Dwayne Wood. That's it. Simplify all of the graphics on your channel. So do all of that stuff. Simplify your channel art, simplify your thumbnails, and then come back and see me. But what I want to do is I want you to understand this. I want you to understand this. As someone who's new to YouTube, as someone who's just getting started, it's really easy to try to focus on subscribers because, and don't get me wrong, we should always celebrate our wins, right? We want to get into the partner program. We want to get a play button. We want to get access to this feature and that feature. So I think it's fantastic to celebrate your wins. But what I don't want you to do, and this applies to everyone in here, I don't want people in here to only focus on subscribers is like that's the metric to chase because it's not. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to focus on, okay, let's say you have a video on diabetes, okay? Your video's on diabetes, right? Like everything you need to know about diabetes. Then what you do is YouTube gives us the ability to add a card. Let me share your screen again or share your channel again. Because I don't know if you're doing it. I'm just going to click into this one. Things you should know about diabetes. Okay, so we're clicking on that. All right. Let's see what you're doing. Okay, right here, you don't have a pinned comment, okay? So in order to pin a comment, let me go over to my channel really quick. And then we'll come back to yours. Let me show you what's happening here. So if I go over to an actual video content, I'm going to show you a couple things to do. Okay. So the first thing you do, so if you're making a video about diabetes, what I want you to do in your description and in your pinned comment and in your card and in your end screen. I want you to link out to another video about diabetes. Because if they're watching, and this applies for all of your content, right? If they're watching a video about, how to avoid having a stroke, then you link out to other videos about having a stroke, right? Or something similar. So if you're watching diabetes, link out to another video before. See this show more, right? If you got to click on that to see the link, then you're going to miss out on potential views. So what I want you to do, and this applies to everyone, drop a link right here to another video about diabetes. I love to use a little emoji. I love to tell them what to do. Watch next. I tell them watch next, and then give them a title, right? So right there in your description, right underneath your video, watch next, and then come up with a clever little title about your next video about diabetes, right? So let's say you have a video, everything you know about diabetes. Watch next, 5 foods to avoid if you're diabetic, and then link to that video, okay? Copy that and come down and paste it as a comment. Same thing. Paste that whole thing there as a comment, and then you can click on these 3 little buttons here, right? Mine is pinned, so it's going to say unpinned, but if you haven't pinned it, it's going to say pin. So copy that exact video right there and paste it as your own comment, and then pin your own comment. And then when you get to the end of the video, you've got an end screen, okay? Take that same video and make that your end screen. And you got the ability to add a card. Take the same video and put it as a card, right? The goal is, the trick here, right? The trick here is to get the viewers to watch another one of your videos. And then that video you sent them to, do the exact same thing with another video about diabetes, okay? Because here's what's going to happen. Even if someone is not subscribed to your channel, if you can get them to watch one video or live stream and then go watch another one, and if you're lucky, go watch another one. It doesn't matter if they're subscribed or not. YouTube is going to keep showing them your videos, right? Because you've influenced viewer behavior at that point. And YouTube says, wow, this viewer has watched more than one video. So we're going to make sure that they keep seeing those videos unless they stop clicking. So I want you to focus on that instead of focusing on subscribers, right? Focus on creating a spider web of video content through end screens, cards, pinned comments, links in your descriptions, and make sure that each video is relevant to the video or live stream that they just watched. Think about making like a trap, right? A watch time trap, I think my brother calls it. Somebody comes in on one video and you give them all these links that they're going to be interested in, because now they just clicked in because they know about, they're there watching diabetes. They're interested about diabetes. So all of your links are also about diabetes. That increases the likelihood they're going to click and watch more. You're going to get more watch time, you're going to get more views, and they're going to be served your videos again, even if they don't subscribe to your channel. So I know that was a really long thing, but like, that's what I want you to do. You're in a great position. Clarity, focus, and create a web of content that interlinks with one another. And just keep going, man. Keep going.
Super chat.
Aman, hope I pronounced that correctly. Thank you, my man. It says, I do live streams, then unlist it. I cut the fluff in YouTube editor, make it public. I see the edited live is not attracting views like new viewers, unlike the new videos. Oh, wait, I see that edited live isn't attracting new viewers. Yeah, so here's the thing with that. It works for some people. Some people have huge success doing exactly what you're doing. Some people, based on the type of content that it is and based on the length of the video. So if you're doing a 15-minute live stream and you turn that into, you go in and you chop off the beginning and the end, and then you publish it as a video, it's still going to say that, it's still going to look like a stream, and it's 15 minutes, right? I can buy into 15 minutes, but if you're doing an hour live stream and you repurpose that, man, an hour is a commitment, right? So it depends on the topic. It depends on the thumbnail. It depends on how long it is. Like, it's really hard to go back. Like, if I see an hour live stream pop up, like this stream is an hour and 20 minutes right now, I'm going to get very few views after this is actually published, right? I'll get some, but that's a real commitment to come in and watch this. But if it was 15 minutes, yeah, people will watch that. So it could be a couple of factors. Link to the video, topics, some people do well. Some people do well with it. Some people don't do well with it. There's a lot of variables here, but I would say first and foremost with live streams, I would look at the length of it. Let me see, going through the chat here, see if I missed anything.
Super chat.
Thank you so much, man. This is gold. Yeah, man. Take care of all that. Come back and see me again. I stream usually every Sunday. Unless, like I said, I've been stuck in Mexico since the pandemic. I stream usually every Sunday unless I need to take a Sunday off. So happy to help. All right, next question here. So what I'm going to do right now, I just shut off the form, and then let me go through the rest of the form, then I'll take some questions in the chat. Next question from Mr. Potter. Mr. Potter Prieth. How to grow my YouTube channel even better. Okay, so the advice that I just gave the good doctor, right? That's what you do. And you also go through the YouTube Creator Academy. I've dropped that link twice into the chat right now. Go to the YouTube Creator Academy first, and then simplify the channel, and then think about a strategy where you interconnect all of your videos. Focus on that first, but go through the YouTube Creator Academy. Next question, Mr. Doormat. Sorry, I almost said doctor. Do you mind taking a look at my channel and giving me some advice? I'm struggling to get views. Yeah, I mean, I've already given that advice, but I'll do a quick glance here. Hold on, Mr. Doormat. Okay, so my advice for you, Mr. Doormat, is the reason you're struggling to get views is because you have no focus. You've got videos about dogs, Mr. Beast, Team Trees. You have you have no focus. That's why you're struggling to get views. So my advice to you is to try to come up with some sort of a focus, some sort of a niche. You have no direction. You literally just went into YouTube and it's like, here's a ton of different videos with a ton of different ideas, and you don't really have any direction whatsoever. So for you, you need to think about why you're on YouTube, and you need to think about the audience that you want to attract, right? Who am I making videos for? This is a tough one to answer. Everyone in the chat right now, let's do this, right? Hey, Heidi, how you doing? There's 35 people in here. Do this. Type in who you make videos for. I make videos for mobile content creators. I make videos for mobile YouTubers, right? Who do you make videos for?
Super Chat.
Dee's great show helping YouTube creators reach their goals. Thank you so much for the super chat, Giorgio, man. I appreciate it. I always know. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Is it winter time up there yet? For content creators. Okay, there you go. Survival gamers. For stressed out individuals. Endless reaction. So is your content original? Is it original music? Are you actually making it yourself as a producer? For nerds. Oh, I love you, Heidi. For nerds, I love it. John makes videos for runners. Yes, you do. For anyone wanting to learn how to bake and decorate. I love that. For anime lovers. People who struggle with endocrine diseases. I love it. I make videos for YouTube creators specifically. Love it. No. See, that could be your problem. You talked about being denied monetization. That could be the issue, right? If you're making the music yourself, then you've got a leg to stand on there. So that could be the issue. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's probably your reused content issue then. The gig economy drivers. A lot of potential there, man. Okay, next question here. Detours with Jeff. Hey, Jeff, what's going on, dude? When it's a holiday season, Tom and I are really trying to build up my channel. I can't seem to crack that. 2005, what content do you suggest off my followers so I can eventually fill my channel to 14,000 subscribers like you have? Thanks for the help. Just keep going, Jeff. You've been bouncing around with ideas, trying to come up with your right groove. Just keep going, man. When something connects, you'll know it. Paid to drive. Ask the next question. Do you recommend uploading 50 to 100 unedited videos to a new channel just to start getting your content out there? No. You want to edit your content because it's not just about, I want to be clear on that whole make the 50 to 100 videos thing. It's not just make 50 to 100 videos. Like there's more involved with that. In the process of making those 50 to 100 videos, it's editing those 50 to 100 videos because doing that's going to make you a better editor, right? Communicating in those 50 to 100 videos is going to make you better at communication. Making thumbnails for those 50 to 100 videos is going to make you better at making thumbnails, right? So what you're doing through repetition is getting better at the entire process from A to Z. So no, you want to edit them. You want those 50 to 100 videos that you upload be the best videos that you can make at this time. And then what you do during like that time, that 50 to 100 videos that you've made, you did the best that you could possibly do. And you're just going to keep getting better and getting better and getting better. If you go in there and just kind of like half-ass them and put them up unedited, you're not getting better. You're just going through the motions at that point. No, you actually want to do each one of those videos the best that you can to your current ability. And if you keep doing that, you're going to notice that it's getting a little bit easier, a little bit easier, a little bit easier. I have really bad ADHD, and it's hard for me to sit and focus on just one editing for hours or days. Just curious. Okay, so if you have really bad ADHD and it's hard for you to sit and focus, do what you can. Make shorter videos. Okay, here's a couple options for you. One, you can make shorter videos. Okay, make shorter, short to the point videos. Take breaks. If it takes days, it takes days. You have to work with what you have. Second thing is maybe long form content for you is going to be really difficult based on your inability to focus. So if long form content's out of the option there, why not focus on short form content? Right? Where's your phone? Grab your phone, hold it vertically. For YouTube, it's called YouTube Shorts. If it's under 60 seconds, it goes into YouTube Shorts. Create a TikTok account. Instead of trying to shove a 10-minute video into a 30-second or minute-long clip, say, okay, what's one tip? What is one tip that I can share in a 30-second video? Grab your phone, hold it vertically, give them that one tip, be as charismatic as you can in that 30 seconds, and upload that to YouTube Shorts, upload it to TikTok, upload it to Dubsmash, upload it to Triller, right? Upload it to all the short form platforms. If you've got ADHD and it's really hard for you to sit down and do long edits and stuff like that, you might be the king of short form content. So study TikTok, learn how to make TikTok videos, make 30-second, 45-second clips, and you should be able to, if you can't sit down and focus for 45 seconds, then you're really going to struggle to get through a 5 or 10 minute video. Next question comes from Pete Johns. How you doing, Pete? When should you start a second channel? Any strategy tips based on your experience? When you have time. When you have time. I've got a second channel that I've got the domain on and all that, or I've got everything ready to go. I've had a couple videos shot for it. I just don't have the time or the mental capacity right now to move forward with that because I don't want to start it and then like pause. So when you have time to consistently do it. The music project that you're aware of, like that's taking up all of my time right now. So like that's where my focus and my energy is right now. When that's done and that's online and running and everything, then I might go ahead and move on to the second channel. So when you have time and you've got the energy to do it consistently, that's when you do it. Next question is from Beanie Draws. Your comment about unlisting or privating videos makes me wonder. I know unlisting and privating lowers your public views of the overall channel views, but if you set them to public again, do those original public views come back? I don't know. I've never put them back. I've never republished a video like that. Been debating privating my worst videos as an experiment. If they're first of all, you're going to lose the watch time and you're going to lose the views. Does it come back if you put it? I don't know. I've never re-put them in there, so I don't know. Do one. Take your worst video, turn it off for a couple of days, and then put it back on and see what happens. I actually don't know. I've never done that. Next question, Viper. What's going on, my man? What tech gadget gizmos do you plan on buying this holiday? And I'm hoping you'll be able to make it home to visit your family this holiday season. We need coffee and Vid Summit next year. Yeah, man, dude, I missed you guys this year. Well, because I'm still in Mexico, I don't know what I'm going to be purchasing, but I will say this. If there's any tech that I will purchase this year or in the future, in the near future, actual, real tech, not like an audio plug-in or software, actual tech, it would be the iPad mini. I think the iPad mini, I think that's a really cool device. So if anything, it'll be the iPad mini. I'm looking forward to seeing you again, dude. I love that you're full-time now. That means you're going to be at all the events. I love it. Next question. Toby Northern says, I have over 2,600 followers on Instagram, but just over 400 subs on YouTube. Any recommendations for getting the Instagram followers over to YouTube? Nope. People generally like the platforms that they're on. it's not impossible, but it's really difficult to get people to switch platforms. The exception to that rule is it does seem a little bit easier to send people from TikTok over to YouTube. What I would recommend is what so many other people do: get a link tree or some sort of a competitor to link tree, put it in your Instagram bio, and let people know where to find you there. You know, I think it's good if you let people know that you have a YouTube channel. Those who do want to come over they will come over. But even for me, like if I'm on Instagram and I'm scrolling through, or anything really, it doesn't matter what it's on, I have to really want to see more of that creator to leave that other platform to go follow them on another platform, right? If say I'm on Twitter and I see somebody, or somebody retweets something and I see something, I'm like, wow, that's cool. If they don't really wow me, I'm not going to chase them down on another platform. People really like to stick to the platform that they're on. So just let them know you have it. Let them know you have it. Put it in your bio in a link tree or something. And what will happen will happen. All righty.
Super Chat.
Thanks, Ted. Thank you for the great insights. I've updated my banner and started the Creator Academy right now. That's what I'm talking about. P.S. Your channel review game show is amazing. Hey, thank you. Daniel and I have a blast doing that. The fun thing about the game show was trying to figure out how we can use StreamYard to run the game show. So it was really fun figuring out a way to make that work. I worked with Dan and he led me down the path to remove all non-topic videos. Yeah, that's a painful thing to do, but it's helpful long term. So over 400 videos and about 1.2 million views unlisted. Ouch. But long term, that's the right move, you know. That's really the right move. Like anyone who's struggling to grow, anyone who's like, hey man, I'm stuck in the mud. I just can't get the ball rolling. The first thing to do, and Daniel did the same thing. You did the same thing. I would recommend somebody as well. Come to me and it's like, hey man, I can't get the ball rolling. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the channel and I'm going to say, okay, who are you making videos for? Okay, what's your value proposition? All right, here's your value proposition. Every video that's not in alignment with your value proposition, unlist that video. Get rid of that video. And it's painful. It's really painful, but that's what you have to do. Long term, it'll pay off because then you've made your channel a destination. In your case, for people who are interested in running and endurance running, your channel is now a destination instead of somebody who just occasionally has running videos.
Super Chat.
David, I appreciate the super chat, my man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. As long as Geraldo is on cue with the drum roll. Yes, he dropped the ball a little bit. Yeah, Linktree or BioLink. There's a handful of these out now. There's probably 20 different services that are in competition with Linktree. Hey, Larcia, how you doing? If you add them back, the views do come back. Oh, yeah, I've never even tried. Anything that I've unlisted, I've never come back to look at it. Thank you for that. I've experimented with shorts, but they seem very inconsistent and random. This is true. Any tips to be more successful shorts? Yeah, that's a great question to ask. Okay, short form content is very inconsistent and it is very random. It is. However, you can become better at shorts, which increases the likelihood that they're going to be more successful, right? The better you get at making shorts, the less random your success becomes. So here's the thing with short form content. Don't treat it like long form content. Don't ask for subscription. Don't ask for likes, subscribes. Don't do anything. You've got seconds. Like somebody's scrolling. Think of short form content as like content Tinder. Swipe left, swipe right, right? But in this case, it's swipe up, swipe down. So when somebody swipes, and it's really easy to swipe and it happens really fast, you've got 1 or 2 seconds to get the viewer's attention. So what you do not want to do with short form content is, hey, what's going on? My name is Ted and I'm here to, or I'm sorry, I thought this was Wizzo Ted. Hey, what's going on? My name is, my channel is Paid to Drive, go ahead and consider subscribing. You don't do any of that stuff. So let's say you've got 3 tips, and I believe you're talking about the gig economy. So let's just say theoretically you're making videos for Uber drivers, right? So literally as soon as somebody swipes, you're right there and you're like in their face, right on it. I've got 3 tips for you if you're trying to get started driving with Uber, starting with tip number 1. Or you can say something like this. I've got 3 tips that you don't want to miss if you're trying to get started driving with Uber. Tip number 1, and just get right into it, right? Start with a hook immediately. Hook. Bam, bring them right in with something that's like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I want, right? If you're trying to get, if you want to drive for Uber, I got 3 tips that are going to help you make more money. Something like that. I'm going to help you make more money as an Uber driver with these 3 tips. Tip number 1, it's, pick up your pace a little bit, make it fast, and don't make it too long. 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Keep it short, keep it sweet. Don't ask to subscribe. Don't ask for likes. Don't introduce yourself. None of that stuff. Just get in and get out. That's short form content. It's a total different beast than long form content. All right, so I'm going to take some questions out of the chat. Right, yes, yep. Keep it quick. Here's the thing, and don't just rely on shorts. Create a TikTok account. Create an account over on Triller, right? I show this almost every live stream. So this is, take a screenshot of this. If you want to get, this is in addition to Facebook stories and Instagram reels and all of that stuff. So in addition to Facebook and Instagram and YouTube shorts and TikTok, you also have these. Likey, Clash, Dubsmash, and Triller. These are short form platforms as well, right? These are short form platforms as well. Once you make a short form video, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, 1 minute, whatever it is, you've got the video. Create the accounts on all of those social media platforms and upload that same video to all of those platforms. Okay, let's say if you upload a video to TikTok and you use TikTok music, then don't upload that to other platforms, okay? But don't use the music, okay? As long as you don't have copywritten music on there, just upload that same video to other platforms or use the music that each platform provides for that video, right? Because you never know where you're going to find an audience. You never, ever know where you're going to find an audience. All right. Question, how long should we leave a live stream up? Does it hurt the channel if you leave it up, or is unlisting it better? It really depends on the channel. It depends on what you're doing in the live stream. What I like to do is, and I've started unlisting mine, but if I find that I get too many live streams that are online, I start to go through and unlist them. A good rule of thumb is this for me. Once I notice my live streams are no longer getting views, once they've flatlined, I'll go through and I'll unlist them at that point. Do you believe good comments attract viewers to come visit your channel? This is a great question. I don't believe good comments. Are you talking about leaving comments under other people's channels? Like you leave a comment under my video, hoping that my viewers will see you and then come over? I think you can bring over some people there, but I don't think that's a good strategy or use of your time. Let's say theoretically, I don't know what type of content you make, but let's say you have a channel about, dieting, right? Let's say you're a female. So let's say you have a channel for, and let's just say you have a channel for mothers dieting, right? So your channel is something about dieting for mothers, right? And I'm just doing like a hypothetical thing here. If you were to leave comments under another channel that's talking about dieting, and you just leave an actual comment on the video, you might get a couple of people to come over because they might see your channel name. Oh, helping moms lose weight or something like that. Oh, it's a cool channel name. I'm a mother and I'm trying to lose weight. They might come over to see what you're doing. What you don't want to do, you never want to go to those comments and say, hey, come to my channel. I'm doing this, whatever. That's called spam. So you never want to do that. What you want to do is leave a legit comment under that video, right? And if the topic was similar, right? You're watching a diet video and they've got a diet video that's got millions of views on it and just thousands of comments, and you leave a comment and they just happen to see your channel name, helping mothers lose weight, you might bring some people over. But is that a good way to spend your time? That's debatable. I would say your time is probably better well spent learning how to make better thumbnails, learning how to choose the right topics, going through the YouTube Creator Academy. I posted that link in the chat twice already. Learning more about how YouTube works, figuring out a better niche to be in. So you're doing MC Vlogs HK. By your channel name, I have no idea what your channel is about. I'm going to look you up. Let me see. What is it? MC Vlogs HK. MC Vlogs HK. What are you doing on your channel? Oh, you're Filipina. All right. Okay, so the main struggle, in your case, leaving comments on other people's channels is not going to help you. It's not going to help you because you don't have a focus on your channel, right? You've got, I don't even know what you're doing on your channel. My eldest sons, okay. So yeah, so here's the thing that you're going to struggle with. There's no, and this is kind of the problem with vlog channels, is there's no real focus on your channel. Now, let's say theoretically, because I saw you had a recipe here, this video right here, right? How to cook beef curry with chickpeas. And by the way, you don't have to put your channel name in here. That's not necessary. How to cook beef curry with chickpeas. Okay. You got 250 views on that. Now, if I go in and I look at your channel, most popular, what else is most popular? Let's see. Beat the Heat in New Tao Cock. Again, you can take your channel name out of that. You don't need that. You do not need to put your channel name in here. That's not going to help you. So that got a lot of views. So did this one. Here's another recipe one. Steamed pork belly with tofu. So did this one. Stir-fried zucchini. Pork. You see what's happening here? So you're making views with your recipes. Your recipes are getting views. And you got a couple other random things that are getting views as well. But when I'm looking at your channel, I see mostly recipes. And those are getting views. That's working for you. What's not working is the other content, right? My eldest son's birthday. Now, no offense to you or your eldest son, but as someone who doesn't know you, some random viewer on YouTube, they don't care about your eldest son, but they might want to learn how to make one of your delicious recipes. So because you have no focus, it's going to be really hard for you to grow, and leaving comments on other channels are not going to help you in any way, shape, or form. Now, if you were to take this same channel, moving forward, every video is a recipe. I think what you're going to find is a year from now, if you're consistently uploading, you're going to find that your channel is starting to build momentum as a channel that has delicious recipes. I would also, and if you were to go down that road, I would also go through in every video that's not a recipe. If it's not a recipe, I would unlist that video. If you went the recipe route, right? You do what you want with your channel. But I'm saying, if you're like, hey, yeah, you're right. I want to make more recipes and turn this into a recipe channel and get monetized and all of this. Unlist every video that's not a recipe video. So when someone lands on your channel, it's all recipes. And then use your end screens and your cards and your links in your comment, or links in your description, pin comment, all linking out to other recipe videos. You've got this spider web with every video linking out to another video that's another delicious recipe. That's when you're going to start to see change. That's where you put your effort. But in your situation now, no, you would completely be wasting your time leaving comments doing that because you don't have any focus. Happy with the review, fix it. Yeah, it's just focus. It really comes down to focus. Definitely stick to more recipes, right? Well, here's the thing. People are, hey, Larry, how you doing, buddy? People are responding to your recipe videos, right? That means you've been able to put your finger on something. You're able to make something and people are responding to it. Lean into that. I always tell people, people are like, well, how do, I'm just getting started. I don't know what type of content to make. I've got all these different types of content up on my channel, and I don't know which direction to go into. And you're in that position right now, right? You're in the position now where you're able to look at the data, and overwhelmingly, the data tells you that people love your recipe videos. That means that if you want to make a video, or if you want to make a channel about recipe videos, now is the time to streamline your channel, make it aerodynamic, unlist the videos that are not recipe videos, and move forward only doing recipe videos, because that's what people are responding to. Now, that being said, if you don't like making recipe videos, do not do that with your channel because you will end up hating YouTube. So only move forward making recipe videos if you really love making recipe videos. I'm so glad you're doing this because I'm struggling really bad and I want to ask. I'm trying to get gameplay channel going, but all I have is a phone. Okay, so the fact that I don't know if you're like the technical side or you're just trying to get views. I addressed another mobile gamer early on during the stream, so you're going to have to go back and watch that. But I'll briefly say this for gamers in here. Again, I said it earlier on. One, I'll say this, go through the YouTube Creator Academy. Go to Google, type in YouTube Creator Academy. YouTube created this. It's free. It's the instruction manual to YouTube. But as a gamer, you have to find a way to be different, stand out. So either teach people how to play the game, or you need to be so good at playing the game that people love to watch you, or you need to just have an awesome personality or be really funny or sarcastic. You got to bring something, right? Doesn't mean you have to go. I see a lot of gamers, they go out there and they think that they have to cuss. That's not what it's about. Like, you could be anything. You could be like the world's worst gamer, but it's interesting to watch because you're so bad. It could be that you're just super sarcastic or you're super funny or you just got like the driest sense of humor. There's lots of things that make people attractive. You have to figure out what that is, or teach people how to play or dominate the game, one or the other. My birthday is on Saturday. If you mean like yesterday, happy belated birthday. You mean if it's this coming, happy early birthday. I had someone tell me my video was terrible and then try to promote their own. Bad idea. Yeah, anyone who spams my comments, I report them as spam and then I delete them from the channel. I recently started posting my YouTube shorts on TikTok as well, and I'm getting 30 to 50 views on each video. Okay, well, keep going, man. Keep going. And the thing with short form content is you have to study what's working well on the platform, right? It's not enough just to upload the video to TikTok. You got to you have to understand the culture of TikTok. You got to learn the pacing of TikTok. It's a different platform, right? Shorts are the same way. You have to learn the rhythm of short form content, right? It's completely different than podcasting is different than video. Short form content is different than long form content. And you have to figure out the pacing and the flow and the rhythm and how to do the hook. And you got to figure out it's a mystery within itself, and you have to figure that out, just like you have to learn how to make long form content. But once you figure that out, it's really easy to grow pretty large channels on the short form platforms. Competition is serious in everything, even more so with gaming. Yeah. I'm reading through your comments on other videos, and I've already found some holes in content that I'm planning. There you go. There you go, man. Make those videos. Build a foundation first, and as your channel starts to build authority, then you can start making those. Dude, that's what I did. That's what I did, right? I went in and I started building a foundation of stuff, and then I started going for some of the bigger video ideas and, be strategic about it. Let's see. I'm moving backwards here through the chat. Let's see, what do I got? Yep, got that one question. Here it is. How does it affect creators' watch time? If you watch their video at 2 times the speed, they get half the watch time. So the watch time is, so if you double time it and you finish the video 50% faster, they get 50% of the watch time. It's literal watch time. So if it's a 2-minute video and you can finish it in a minute, they got a minute, right? Moving backwards here. Got TikTok and Shorts. Got TikTok and Shorts added 42 subs in 2 weeks. Great to hear it. I think that's all the questions. Oh, hold on. My phone is old and doesn't play anything good. You're out of luck then. I don't even have space to record and edit. I'm thinking of deleting the ones I have and starting fresh with basic low space games. Thoughts? Doesn't sound like you have options. You have an old phone. You don't have storage. I think you answered your own question here. If you don't have an option, then you do the only option that you have, which is deleting the stuff you have, making space for it, and play the low space games. That's your only option, it sounds like to me. So I think it sounds to me like you know what to do. You're just unsure if that's what you need to do. Go for it. Alrighty. And on that note, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the awesome questions. Thanks for the thumbs up on this live stream. I'll be back next Sunday, same time, same place. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today on Sunday night or Monday morning for those of you on the other side of the world. And I will catch you guys next Sunday. Have an